I'm Hans.
And I'm Nick.
Happy National Bacon Day.
Can every day be bacon day?
I think it should be. I'm taking another bacon day bite. All right.
Okay guys, so in this video we're going to talk about our Christmas recap. We promised you guys we'd give you a Christmas recap. This is also going to be like a progress video for, well, we actually started back on keto in November. So this is a little bit of our November plus December results. So you'll see some progress photos. You'll also hear about the pounds lost and inches lost. One thing I want to emphasize though is that yes, we are losing weight, but we are definitely looking at this as a lifestyle change, just to better health, as well as, you know, the benefits of losing weight, but overall it's just for health benefits. So I really want to emphasize that we're not all about like, oh my god, all these pounds we lost, but at the same time, yay, we lost some pounds. So I, in total since November, the beginning of November, today is actually December 30th?
December 30th.
Okay, so I am down exactly 20 pounds. That's amazing to me. Like, I have lost a significant amount of weight overall in my lifetime, but I don't really recall a time where I have consistently lost that much weight per month. So I am pretty pleased with that. Also, inches wise, this month I lost, what was it, like 9.25 inches, and total overall since November 16.5. So I do know that Hans is going to include some progress videos, or not videos, but pictures from November and December in this video. So I don't know if you'll be able to tell a lot of difference in the pictures, but 20 pounds and 17 inches lost in a 2-month period is a pretty significant difference. So I'll actually let Hans let you know what his results were.
Yeah, so I'm a total of 26 pounds down, like from the start, from the November start that we did to now. So it's 26 pounds total, and I think this month was what? Where are we at over there? Like 12? Nope, that's inches.
For pounds?
Oh, I think it's 13 pounds total for this month.
Yeah.
So this entire month just doing ketovore, it's 13 pounds. So with that, my inches, I think it's a total of what, 20 something inches for me.
20
inches exactly.
Total inches exactly.
20 total inches exactly. This month was 16 inches of that total, and I think the month prior to that, the first month that we started back, I was 6 inches. So, you know, it's or whatever the difference is. It's something like that.
Well, and I would say I was kind of thinking to myself, like, what is the difference? What have we done differently this time on keto versus the previous times that we've tried keto? I would say one thing is we definitely did not lean on any low-carb tortillas, low-carb breads, anything like that. And the month of November, we really pretty much stayed ketovore.
Right.
We really didn't have very many vegetables. We upped our protein. Yeah, and I think that really has made a big difference.
It was closer to the 1-to-1 ratio.
Right. So, yeah, if I could say anything to anybody, I mean, definitely utilize low-carb tortillas and bread as a tool to help you stay keto, but don't utilize it on a daily basis as you're, you know, in every meal, because I do feel like it makes a difference.
I think that really hurt me the first time that we did this, was that I really relied on tortillas, and like I pretty much lived off of quesadillas, so it was just low carb tortillas and cheese.
Yeah.
And I was calling myself keto.
And
I mean, technically it
technically
is.
we were keto because we were staying within our net carbs, but there's a big difference in your net carbs and your total carbs. And I would say these days we're under 20 total carbs, not even really trying. So I do think that that makes a difference, and we did start tracking, and we do plan to track in the month of January when we do BBB&E. So I don't know if we'll see a lot of pounds lost in January. Hopefully so. That's obviously, you know, a benefit. But what I am most interested to see is if there's body composition change in January. And I personally think that when we slow down, because our schedules are going to slow down a little bit, we might not see as much weight loss, or we might. Honestly, I can't say. I don't know for sure.
Less active at work than we were for December.
Yeah.
Which could result in less loss, maybe. I don't know.
It might be more of a stall. It just might be a little bit harder for us to, you know, see the weight loss go down. We still might see inches lost and body composition change. I am kind of hoping to up my gym time in January. I need to really get back into weightlifting. I already do, I think, enough daily cardio, but I definitely need to get back into doing some weightlifting at the gym. And that's really it as far as our progress. You'll see some photos inserted into the video, and I think next we're just going to give a recap on how we did for Christmas.
Yeah, so after this I'll go ahead and I'll show the videos. Alright.
Okay, so our Christmas recap, let's talk about first, what did we eat for Christmas? Did you stay keto for Christmas?
I did say keto for Christmas.
What did you eat?
Well, I had that brisket, so I woke up at 1 a.m. and I made the big giant brisket that we talked about before. And I told everybody, because I was making brisket at 1 a.m. that I should be considered Santa Claus, right? In the middle of the night, I'm bringing presents.
Sure.
But I was cooking presents.
Mm-hmm.
And then during that time, I also cooked the pork belly. And what I did was I smoked it until 160 degrees, and then I took it off, and then I sliced some pieces here, and I even have a piece right here. But I sliced some pieces up just like bacon, maybe thick cut bacon, and then I took the others and or the rest of it, and I chopped it up into little cubes. And what I did was I made burnt ends and the bacon. And I kind of cheated a little bit because I bumped up the oven to like 500 degrees, and I did my burnt ends that way. But smoking was originally involved in that, so I'm calling it smoked burnt ends.
You also smoked a bunch of bacon.
Oh yeah, tons of bacon that I've been.
We're still munching on now. How awesome is it that we had enough leftovers from Christmas to last us until 2022?
Yeah.
So, and who can complain about having brisket leftovers?
Yeah, I still got some in the freezer.
Yep. So we've got brisket left over in the freezer that we can incorporate into BBB&E for January.
Right, even though I want it now.
So let me ask you this. Did you feel that there were any challenges for Christmas?
So really for Christmas, like the challenge would have been actual like beer, right? So I know that sounds strange, and I don't like really drink all that much, but like holidays, like me and my dad and as a family, we would sit down, we'd have some beers, and we'd just relax and barbecue and stuff like that. And then me not doing that this year kind of felt weird, right? So like that was a challenge for me. I thought that like the carby snack treats and stuff would have been a real issue this year, but honestly, like your sister made some smoked deviled eggs with bacon in them. And those were delicious. And so that kind of curved that, let me get sweets and snacks and stuff with something like nice and savory. And who doesn't like deviled eggs? If you don't, I'm sorry, I do. But that was my challenge. What about you? Did you have any challenges?
I didn't really have any challenges. I tried to find some alternatives for us. So we're actually drinking some right now. We had some sugar-free chai that I did mix with heavy whipping cream and put a little sprinkle of cinnamon on the top, and we had
That's
chai, a chai that we already loved, pre-keto. So finding an alternative for keto, that was great. So this is probably going to be our last one of the year. We won't be having any in January, but it might be something that we try again.
In the future,
yeah, in the future after BBB&E. As an alternative to really getting into like any dips, well, I did actually have a keto friendly dip, but we had some kind of like a meat and cheese tray out there with a lot of different cheeses. And I really didn't have any cravings to try like the carby sides or desserts or anything like that. Also, I made sure to have like some alternatives for Hans and I. So I did have some Lily's chocolate, and we had a couple pieces of that at the end of the night. But I mean, no real desserts for us. Not really. Our sides were bacon. So yeah, what a great side, right? And other than that, I will let you know, we played a family game. This was our first time to ever play this game, and it was a saran wrap ball game. Which was
I did it for work, but this was on a different level.
I had never played before, and my sister actually presented the idea to play this game like 2 days before Christmas. So we all collectively kind of
scrambled.
Scrambled and contributed things to add to the ball. And then you roll a dice, and basically you have to scurry and unwrap this ball until the next player next to you rolls doubles. And so we played, and we actually incorporated some keto-friendly treats in there, which was kind of cool. And the family actually threw in a couple of keto-friendly treats for us as well.
Which was really cool, yeah.
And since there were some candies in there that we received, we pretty much just gave them away or swapped.
We did a swap for the
swapped
keto.
for the keto treats, and I think I'm going to put what we have left over away until February. So that's kind of cool, something to look forward to for February is that we have, a couple of treats to try.
I can't stop eating this bacon.
And so there may be some footage in this video of our game. Don't be surprised if it's not bleeped out or there's music over it and dubbed over, because
just silence.
We were pretty competitive with our game, and there were a few swear words tossed around and everything, but overall it was a lot of fun. We also did a white elephant or like a gift exchange type thing where you could swap and steal gifts from each other, and we both got keto friendly gifts, which I'll let Hans tell you. Well, actually I'll start. I received a gift card for Outback Steakhouse. So, I mean, that's even something that we can use during January. I don't know when we'll use it, but we can definitely, grab a steak and stay keto. We won't be having any bloomin' onion, or is that what they have in Outback? We won't have any of the things like that, but, steaks, we can definitely get some steaks. And then Hans can let you know what he received.
I brought it right here.
Oh, okay.
So I've been staring at this thing for months now. It's just the hardcore carnivore slicing knife for our large meats and stuff like that. And I've been staring at it, and I've been getting by with whatever knives we had. I think I even used a bread knife, which worked fine. But something dedicated to that, we got these two deals, so they just came all together, and I think they were really looking out for us when they did that, even though it was a white elephant gift.
I mean, honestly, honestly, anybody could enjoy these. Everybody in our family does barbecue and eat brisket and things like that. But I will say maybe they were kind of keeping it in mind, that we've got these keto people, to swap with.
I was able to cut that brisket with this, so we opened before we had the brisket because it was we had it set. But man, it worked out real nice. I was real pleased with it. Everybody says these are great. We're going to give them a shot. Probably not for January because they do have some carbs, which I think it's 1 gram. And I don't think that would make a huge difference, but I think what we'll do to stay true would be to stay with the salt and pepper.
Yeah, we'll probably just
and
do
then
salt
wait
and
for
pepper.
that later on.
Yeah.
But it should be for pork and then for beef, and we should be all right.
I think it's cool that we got, keto friendly type gifts for Christmas. I was so trying to keep the gift that, I gave. I gave 5 pounds of bacon and like 5 pounds of pork belly. I was hoping to choose my own gift.
Well, you chose it, and then your sister stole it.
True.
Yeah.
I did choose my own gift, knowing that, but it was stolen. It was, swapped for me. But hey, I got an Outback gift card, so, win-win. And then, let's see. So Christmas recap. Christmas went well for us, Sorry, I had a little note written over here just to keep myself on track. And then
chowing this down.
Hans is celebrating National Bacon Day.
Maybe too much.
Yeah, well, that can actually lead us into our talks for January. We're gonna start BBB&E in January. If you saw my previous video, I actually have us pretty prepared and stocked up food-wise for BBB&E. But what I want to know from you is, are you mentally prepared for January?
I want to say yes, but I'm gonna say no. I'll explain. So I feel like I'm mentally prepared, but just like when we did that egg fast to kick everything off, I feel like, oh yeah, I can do all of this great stuff, but am I gonna get kind of bored of it?
Being bored might be the biggest challenge, but we do have a little bit more flexibility with BBB&E than you do with an egg fast.
Right. I think that's kind of what I'm worried about, is that I'm not going to want to have a repetitive taste. So if we do ground beef for lunches, like our go-to because it's super easy, am I going to get bored of that ground beef?
Well,
or do I just keep flavoring it in a different flavor and maybe it'll change?
Flavoring
but I mean,
with
it
a
still
different
tastes
butter. That's about all you can do.
Still tastes like ground beef, right?
Right.
So I don't know. That's where my hesitation.
Well, I guess I tried to find another alternative for us for lunches, so I did pick us up some smoked brisket sausage and some smoked just regular beef sausages. That'll be something different for us, but I think that we can possibly integrate that into our lunches at work, and I think that'll be an easy go-to for us. Of course, I'm probably gonna have hard-boiled eggs. I eat those almost every day at lunch anyway.
I'm not a big fan of hard-boiled eggs.
And the biggest thing is no cheese.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I'm sure at one point I will be in the fetal position crying because I can't have cheese.
I don't think I'm gonna cry because I can't have cheese, but I do think mentally I am pretty prepared for BB&E. In fact, if anything, I have really been looking forward to it. So we have already, I would say in January, stayed somewhat pretty close to carnivore.
Pretty close.
Yeah, and I mean, I will say this, I really wanted some chicken wings before January 1st came along, and I did get those chicken wings. I'm not gonna go all crazy, oh gosh, it's our last days before we start this, BBB.
Making a cheat meal or something.
Yeah, I'm not having a cheat meal or anything like that. But
my hands are crazy.
oh, well, come January 1st, I'm actually off January 1st. So what I'm gonna do is take some time that day to definitely prepare us some pre-cooked ground beef, some sausages, make our meals for lunches, and yeah, just really just get us prepared as possible to have a good first week. I think if we have a great first week, I think the rest of the month is going to be easy peasy for us. And you can expect a video from us throughout the month of January, probably weekly, just to go over our BBB&E challenge. Again, we took these progress photos. We can compare what a month of ketovore versus a month of BBB&E looks like.
Right.
We can see if there's gonna be any inches lost, pounds lost, body composition changes, things like that. So yeah, overall, I think that January is something to look forward to. Do you have anything that you want to add to that?
No. I mean, I'm even though I'm kind of worried about some of it, like I think it's going to be a good challenge for us, and I think we can stick it out at least and see those differences. And like, we haven't looked at the side by sides for the ketovore month, so like we don't see the difference really in ourselves. I see it in you.
Yeah, I don't see a difference
like,
in myself, but I can tell a huge difference in how my clothes are fitting.
That's the big deal. Like my pant sizes went down.
Mm-hmm.
I had to buy a new belt because I ran out of belt notches. So I mean, like it's there. Like you see the progress in your clothes, but like I think because we're just used to staring at ourselves that we just don't pay attention to our loss. We always see that fat kid, right?
Yeah.
Well, I see that fat kid.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely something I can't hardly bring myself to look at progress photos. But, you know, I am putting that out there for you guys to kind of see. Maybe you'll see a difference, maybe you won't. But there's definitely a difference in the inches lost and pounds lost. And overall, my, like, energy level is higher than it probably was 2 months ago.
Yeah, mine is too.
Yep. So I would say that, you know, we've really took this on as a lifestyle change rather than a diet. And what I wanted to ask you was, did you feel like for Christmas you were on a diet?
No, not at all. Like, I mean, I was full, you know, it was delicious. I didn't feel like, so basically I didn't feel like I was eating that, you know, oh, we can only have brown rice and chicken kind of diet, right? Like I have to calorie deficit for 1,200 calories a day from, you know, the 2,000 that I'm supposed to have, right? Like I didn't feel that for Christmas or any part of the holiday or even the month.
Right.
Like if I was hungry, I ate, and it was pretty much within my stuff. But like this bacon today, this is the first time that I've eaten today.
Yeah, I just got off of work like an hour after we, you know, started filming this, or before we started filming this video.
But I didn't feel hungry is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the difference, I think, with what it was before and like dieting and then what it is now. Like even when you were dieting, you always felt hungry.
Right, or food was always on your mind because you felt deprived, and I think that really messes with you mentally. But what I wanted to say is, hey, I didn't feel like I was on a diet for Christmas, and I really haven't felt like I was on a diet per se since we started back on keto. And so I think that's going to roll into BBB&E as well, because instead of feeling deprived, I feel like I'm indulging. I mean,
right, like we can eat as much as we want,
yeah.
right? So like, I mean, what do they say? It's 1 to 2 meals a day, and then just until you're full, like you know. So it's not like I'm gonna have this little tiny meal right now, and then I'm gonna have another little tiny meal later. I'm gonna eat until I'm full, and then I'll go until I'm hungry again, like actually hungry, not like mentally hungry, but like rumbly in my tumbly Winnie the Pooh kind of hungry, right? Where's my honey?
Yeah. Well, and we are still going to continue to track our macros. I don't foresee us really, you know, trying to overboard on, I don't know what your daily calories are, but I know there's no way I can eat like 15, well, no, I can't eat that much ground beef. just what my eyes are always bigger than my stomach, I should say. So there's no way that I'm really going to be able to go over my macros doing BBB and E. And I know that one of the parameters is pretty much to eat until you're comfortably full or comfortably stuffed, as Dr. Berry says.
Right. So like I have a real hard time getting the calories in right now.
I do too.
Right. So like I think what I'm supposed to have is like 2,000 calories a day just based off of my size, but I take that from what my goal weight is, right? So like if I want to be 180, what does my calculator say that I should be as far as calorie intake?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you use a deficit on top of like keto, right? So you'll scale that back just a little bit just so you're in that deficit. So then when you become fat adapted and then, you know, you have the calorie deficit, you're burning both, right? So as long as it's not super extreme. But I really have a problem getting to that minimum calorie deficit in a day. And I think BB, B and E is going to help me get to that, because I'm not just like, oh, for breakfast I'm having this big giant breakfast and now I'm not hungry until super late in the day. But then I'm eating just, you know, when I get hungry again, I'm eating my snack lunch kind of thing and then waiting for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that maybe the 2 meals or maybe a bigger meal, because even my big meals now aren't like super filling full. Like I feel good, I can go on, but anyways, it's a long story.
Well, I mean, that's just something that we'll have to see. And yeah, so I'm glad that we got to recap our Christmas with you guys, and just kind of letting you all know like what our plans are for January. And that's pretty much all I've got to add. You have anything else?
My mouth is full.
Okay, so it looks like there's 2 lonely pieces of bacon left. You can see we started with a pretty full bowl here. I think Hans has definitely celebrated National Bacon Day.
Yeah, my fingers are so greasy right now.
And with
like
that,
it could be war paint, just grease paint on my face.
well, with that, I'm gonna say bye, cool kids, and we'll see you in the next video.
Choose.
All right.
Well, hopefully it recorded.
That's true.
Oh, look at that. I got the good part.